Alright, good afternoon. Been making shorts, thinking about uploading a short a day or on top of a video. Just the short will be like a highlight of a battle or something like that if I get some cool stuff from events, stuff like that. Talking about events beforehand. Anyways, let's go over to the mage category because we are going to be talking about the best mages in the game. So, as you can see, I have quite a few mages above level 5. We almost have Death Mage as well. She's going to be up there soon, too. So, one of the best heroes in the entire game, hands down, does not have a skin. Yeah, and when the moment she gets a skin, it'll be unstoppable. Is Queen of Sea Dragon. She is going to be your number one hero, if you're free to play or not, to invest into because she does a ridiculous amount of damage for almost every single content there is in the game. She can wipe teams in Grand Arena. She can wipe teams by herself in Crusade. It's just craziness with this woman. So, what makes her so good is actually her Surging Undercurrent, where she actually just deals continuous damage. These magic balls that you see spinning around all the time, that's her fourth skill that's always active. So anytime any enemies get near her, she actually does a lot of damage. Um, I've been using a team like that has invisibility because of Ancient Lamp Genie. He's also a great support hero, but he's not going to be a main damage dealer like Queen of Sea Dragon. Her ultimate also pushes everyone away from her. Her Gluttonous Whirlpool does quite a lot of damage. And also she has Torrent Charge, where she pushes everyone away from her and up in the air, which is really nice. So, out of all the heroes that you can get your hands on for the major category, Queen of Sea Dragon's number one. 100%. Now, a good one that's also that you can get slowly but surely is Emerald Mage. You can actually get a skin through the Elite Ward boss. What makes her so crazy is the setup I have with her, which we'll talk about right now. So her ultimate summons an Emerald Core. It summons a little thing in the back of the map. It's the main thing about her kit. So it summons units for her, which are going to be the Emerald Gunners and the Emerald Soldiers. Her Emerald Strike makes it so she deals a huge amount of damage to an area of effect, and if she has her Emerald Core out on the field, she can sacrifice one of the summons and increase the damage and the range of this skill, which can wipe teams. It's crazy strong. Her Magic Field makes it so all allies within this circle will be granted extra armor, and any of the Emerald Soldiers or Gunners that they're all around will be getting their damage increased on top of being invincible and also having a faster attack speed. Now her fourth skill, Magic Chain. Every soldier on the battlefield will increase her armor, and every gunner will increase her magic power, which is just ridiculous when we get into her skin. Every time one of them dies, she restores a certain percentage of her health, which is really nice. So her skin makes it so her summoned units have the ability to split into double clones after a certain number of attacks, which is just crazy because it doesn't sound like it's a lot, but it makes it so there are moments where she has so many clones out on the field and it's just her and she does crazy things because how I have it set up is I actually use Capricornius on her. So we go over here, open up. So Capricornius casting damaging skills has a chance to ignore magic immunity effect by 20% and a 25% chance to knock the target back. So her Emerald Core is always active because it's actually an ultimate that doesn't really need a lot of energy to activate, and whenever it's active, all the summons are considered part of the damaging skills. So it's constantly proccing Capricornius. And it makes it so she can just knock back the entire team just by herself, and it is craziness. Because there are moments like Hammer Judgment could be about to hit everyone with the hammer, a Hammer of Execution, apologies, could be trying to hit everyone with the hammer, and she could save the team by knocking her out of the range. Okay, so we got over her. Ice Mage, also another hero, but she's only good with her skin, which luckily you can farm through different means. So her skin allows her to mark targets whenever she attacks them, and when they reach 3 marks, they immediately get frozen. Her ultimate is just a large area of back damage, and it's pretty strong actually. Paired up with the skin, it makes it so she freezes the entire team. She does have one skill that automatically freezes a target, causing damage to them and stunning them. Her Ice Prison is a slow effect around an area, which is actually really nice. And her fourth skill is going to grant her and her allies for their energy every minute. So it's okay amount of energy. Definitely better at higher levels. Her legendary skill is actually really good too, because when before she's about to be killed, she actually can protect an ally with an ice shield, which is kind of nice. Okay, we'll go over to Ember Star. Ember Star, amazing hero. So her whole kit is that she can deal a lot of damage with the ultimate, and she gets her ultimate pretty fast because her fourth skill, Phoenix Feather, actually makes it so every time she attacks, she gains a bit of energy, which is really nice. Ultimate is going to be, hopefully, reworked, they said. In the questionnaire that they released, they're going to rework her ultimate at some point, so hopefully it's really, really good. But it does do a good chunk of damage. She's actually one of the only heroes that completely ignores summons and clones. She will immediately hit the hero that is activating his skill, and usually kill them. So she's really good in that regard. Her Dragon Fire, Dragon Flame, sorry, does a burst of flame in front of her, which is really good damage. Her Cauldron of Ash stuns a target. Her ultimate is, not ultimate. I am so sorry. My brain is still all over the place. Her legendary skill grants her a shield, which actually makes her immune to control effects, which is so good. It is so mind-bogglingly strong. And then her skin makes it so she resists some incoming damage, and whenever any of her skills hit a target, they actually receive extra burning damage based on their HP. I currently have Taurus on her because I just want to keep her alive. I will be switching that to probably Scorpio just to increase her damage output. But let's go over to a hero that I would say everyone should get, and it looks like this new Christmas event, which is kind of weird, we're getting another Christmas event, is going to be giving us some Diseasebringer stones. Hopefully he gets his artifact. I definitely think he could be really good with an artifact. But Diseasebringer, I would say just get him to at least level 2 Awaken, because this right here, the increased continuous and healing damage amount greatly, is so ridiculously strong. It can heal like Ironhoof from low health almost all the way to full. Level 8 Ironhoof that I have, it has almost 300,000 health, which is ridiculous. And it also does so much damage for World Boss. It does quite a lot of damage for Robo Tank Fighter. But most of the time he's usually healing. You use him for healing, he's pretty good for that. Of course, we also have Monster Hunter, which is a hero that is amazing even without his skin, because I don't actually have his skin. So, his Gourd makes it so he deals holy damage and burns part away their energy, and if he kills the target with his ultimate, he actually increases his attack power, which is really nice. And then, of course, his second skill is when he sits on top of the Gourd and shoots fire outward in front of him. And the more time the fire lasts, the more damage he does, which is really nice. Yin Yang Field. This is what makes him so good and so perfect for so many teams, because you can always use him. So he summons a Yin Yang Field, which protects allies whenever the field is active. When the field is Yin, the allies are immune to magic damage, and when the field is Yang, allies are immune to physical damage. He also increases his own armor and magic resistance whenever he activates a skill. Now his fourth skill, which is very good, so if he doesn't receive a certain amount of damage, or doesn't receive damage for a certain amount of time, he will actually enhance the next skill he's about to cast. So let's say you have like the Mermaid Totem. If he actually doesn't get hit and he still has that shield on him, he will actually proc his fourth skill with no consequences and deal a lot of damage. For example, if he procs his fourth skill with his second skill, he can kill a team, which is crazy. And unfortunately, I don't have his skin, but his skin is definitely really good, because whenever he He has the ability to ignite enemies who have reached a certain percentage and constantly decreasing their health, and they can't get rid of that effect. And his third skill actually grants a shield based on the target's magic power, which is very nice. Shields are always great for healers, so he becomes a great support, but he's also a killer all by himself. Succubus. I love Succubus, but she doesn't have an artifact. That's what holds her back. I have her skin. I have been leveling her up, but she's actually still pretty good. I would say she's a great hero for just basic content. If you don't have a great damage dealing over time, she can do it pretty good with her second skill. She actually can constantly increase her own dodge rate and magic power. Sorry, not magic power, maximum HP, which is very nice. Her ultimate does a lot of damage. And her soul blaze is when she jumps in front of the enemies and then backs. That also does quite a lot of damage. She has an amazing legendary skill because of the fact that it makes it so she reduces all damage from melee healers by 22%. So that's just crazy. So a hero that is unfortunately lacking, I see so much potential with this hero, is Death Mage. But she doesn't have an artifact, so that's what holds her back so much. The moment she gets an artifact, she will be a top tier hero. Absolutely. Her ultimate is quite great because she steals life force of everyone that she attacks and heals herself by a good chunk too. I wish this skill did a bit more damage, but it's okay. For silence, I wish actually dealt damage as well because it only does the increases the duration. Or fourth skill just makes it so she actually increases her magic power, but you can use it for content. Like World Boss, she would still pump out some crazy damage. Her skin is very good because she's able to steal the maximum HP of targets whenever they hit and adds it to her own by the looks of it because she just becomes so much more tankier. Now, where is... yes. There it is. Sorceress. Sorceress is a hero that I love, but I think she kind of fell off. Her ultimate's very good still, I would say. She's very good. Well, her skin actually makes it so she can charm all male targets that are hit by her ultimate, which burns away most of heroes' their ultimates. My brain is blinking so hard. I am so sorry. She has the ability to knock targets away from her, and she can silence them, and she can also increase her own magic power as well. Now, another hero that is very, very crazy to me. I ran into a guy that had a level 11 Abyss Bishop, and he actually almost wiped my entire team. He did 4 million to my entire team. I still somehow won, but it's still crazy. So Abyss Bishop, unfortunately, he is tied to a set amount of time where he can actually deal damage with his ultimate. Otherwise, he can't actually use his ultimate. But he actually does a crazy amount of damage without even having to use his ultimate. His ultimate is very good. It lasts from the 30th and 60th second of each battle. His black hole is just very good, and when it's his ultimate's time, it actually explodes when disappearing, which causes even more damage. His relentless bomb, he throws out a bomb and stuns a target. It does area effect damage if it is during his ultimate time or abyss time. And then when it's during his abyss falling, he increases his magic power and gains continuous life restoration and extra magical resistance, which is just crazy because did not want to die to my Queen of Sea Dragon, which was just crazy. But he can actually put out some crazy damage for your team if you want to invest into a hero for him. But let's go over to these three right here: Venom Master, Girl of Course, and a Taoist Master. So Venom Master, I feel like it's going to be amazing when she gets an artifact, because I also ran into a guy that had only a level 4 Venom Master, but he did have her skin at least 75. For which color was it? I think it was a blue one. Oh, so it was for magic resistance. That's weird. Yeah, he did 3 million damage to my team just off of ultimate. which was just crazy. So she's an amazing hero just to have as a support for damage dealing, because she actually has Venom, which is makes it so all of her attacks, sorry, her normal attacks will actually make it so her targets are getting their armor reduced, which is just really good. And when she gets her skin, she actually makes it so any Venom on the entire team will actually cause this effect, and also summon her poppy flowers, which are very good. Now, Girl, of course, I would say is an amazing hero. I can't wait to get her awakened, because her Inferno spell, her Curse of Wrath, and the fact that she summons a demon from another world to help is very nice, because I've been using her in bosses, um, sorry, an Elite World boss, and I've been using her in a Robot Fighter, and she does amazing. She can put out 100,000 in Robot Fighter, which doesn't seem like a lot, but she's outpacing even my Disease Bringer and my Poisoned one, which is just crazy to me, because both of those heroes are awakened, level 8, and she's only she's 3 stars. She's not even awakened yet. So she's definitely has the potential to be very good. Taoist Master. This is a hero that I would love to have awakened. I've been seeing him all over the place for War Gods. So his whole kit is that he can summon scrolls on people, which is very good, because he can either do a Thunder, Fire, or Ice Amulet. And the Ice Amulet is actually Ice Shackles, and it freezes the target whenever he pops his ultimate. The Ice Shackles are so good because it prevents them from moving. It's so good. He pumps out so much damage. He has an amazing artifact to pair up with it, because he ignores the magic resistance when he activates his ultimate. And even just a level 12 artifact right here, I see him put out like a few million in damage when I use him in War Gods, which is just beautiful. So let's go over to the support class. There are a few mages in here, which is definitely one that I would say everyone should invest into. Is also Stargazer. Just even awaken her level 3, she will not disappoint you, because her whole kit is around preventing healing and stopping physical attackers from pushing her aggressively. So her ultimate stuns makes it so they're unable to heal at all, which is really great. She creates a field where enemies are damaged and cannot use their physical skills or attacks, which is so good. And then, of course, whenever an enemy tries attacking her, she can resist physical damage for 1 instance, and whenever she receives a melee attack, she will switch the marked target with another target, which tends to be like the healer in the back, or like an Emerald Mage, or any like things like that. The only time it's really bad is if she pulls in a Queen of Sea Dragon, then it's just over. Your team dies. Her Arcane Stars makes it so each time she skills damages a target, she has the chance to summon a planet going around them, and the planet does extra damage around them. She can pump out some really good damage. So, there is also another mage that falls under the Assassins category, but we are going to be making an Assassins video, which is probably going to be smaller, but that was pretty much the recap on the heroes that I like, the ones that I recommend building. Queen of Sea Dragon is definitely a top priority for me right now. I actually have her potential leveled up to 7 almost. Once we get to 110, we will be upgrading her to 7 for sure. Anyways, that'll be it for today's video. Everyone have a wonderful day, and goodbye.